universal struggle against oppression. This conference seeks to cultivate shared understanding among oppressed nations globally and to initiate collaborative efforts at the international level to combat various forms of injustices. We firmly believe that the unity and harmony of oppressed nations worldwide are imperative. The strength of our collective voice lies in our ability to unite and stand together. With this common struggle, our voices can be heard in adversity. Today's conference is not a mere gathering, but a platform for the oppressed to stand united against injustices together. Together we can amplify our voices, advocate for universal respect and fairness, and create a world where human dignity is upheld for all. Honorable guests, I urge your undivided attention to convey our people's pain, sufferings, and voices to all of you. When we use the term Baloch genocide, we are often told that it is an exaggerated expression and that there is no genocide in Balochistan. Today I say to all those that in a region where there is a graveyard of unknown mutilated bodies is established, where children search for their beloved fathers on their streets instead of attending schools, where hundreds of people are collectively killed and their mutilated bodies are dumped in mass graves, where women became victims of collective punishment and 80-year-old mothers protest on the streets, awaiting their children forcibly disappeared for the last 18 years. If all this does not constitute genocide in your eyes, then you need to create a new word in your dictionary for these atrocities. Balochistan is currently witnessing military operations, enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and forced displacements, which are affecting thousands of lives. While I wish to present the painful stories of every family and individual in Balochistan, it is impossible to share thousands of painful stories in this brief speech. Hence, I will highlight major oppressive incidents in Balochistan. In January 2014, 2 mass graves were discovered in Tutak area of Guzdar, District Balochistan. According to Human Rights Organization, there were approximately 169 mutilated bodies, with only 2 of them have been identified. They were those who have been previously forcibly disappeared. The rest of the bodies were unrecognizable. Ponder upon them, the massacre of Baloch people in Balochistan has been normalized. Considering these 169 were not animals but human beings, imagine the pain with which they were killed and dumped into mass graves, providing a glimpse into the dire situation faced by the Baloch nation in their homeland, Balochistan. For those who believe that human rights violations in Balochistan are confined to enforced disappearances, I draw their attention to another painful problem that is also created by the violent state. Thousands of people of Balochistan have been forcibly disappeared from their hometowns in Balochistan. Forced displacement started after the military operations in 1973, but large scale of incidents escalated after 2005. During the 2005 military operations, many peoples, including areas like Dera Bukti, Kolu, Kahan, Avaran, Kolwa, Mashke, Jau, Balgatar, Shapuk, and Dasht. These forced displaced families are now living in the worst situation in different areas of Balochistan, including interior Sindh, Karachi, Iran, Afghanistan, and other regions. Sadly, no human rights organization has adequately addressed the plight of these thousands of peoples. In Balochistan, there are thousands of families whose family members have been enforcedly disappeared. And I think I don't need to provide any reference or evidence for this, because today in this conference, there are dozens of families before you whose loved ones have been enforcedly disappeared. Many families present here have relatives who have been enforcedly disappeared for more than 15 or 20 years. Even today, the number of victims of forcibly disappear is in the thousands. And the most crucial aspect is that the person who is enforcedly disappeared not only endures difficulties, but the entire family of this person suffers for years. The thousands of families before you serves as an example of this. And they are witnesses of state barbarism. We traveled from Turbat to Islamabad to show you your state atrocities. And they will haunt you until you live there. They will haunt you. One day we will go to our homeland. But remember this. These women holding the pictures of their loved one will haunt you forever. That what you have done to their homeland, what you have given them in the name of your so-called developmental projects, in the name of your so-called state, what you have given them. Here in this conference, there are people whose loved ones were extrajudicially killed. Notably figures like Mah Rang Baloch, a senior human rights activist, experienced the extrajudicial killing of his son, Jalil Reiki, after his enforced disappearances. And also, there is Baloch's mother, Baloch, who faced the same fate, being extrajudicially killed after his enforced disappearance.